Hi, I'm Aaron Brandolino from SOURJOE, and if you're anything like me, you don't like... Hi, I'm Aaron from SOURJOE. No. Some studies, 40% in North America of our grocery... Oh my god, that's such a stupid... starter discard. And we're going to share a couple of with... So we got a bunch of recipes. One more time. At SOURJOE, we have a ton of recipes on what to do with discard, and today, we're going to share a couple of them with you today. Stupid. One more time. First, I'm going to show you how to make a safety stash. So you take your discard, the fresher the better, but in this case, don't sweat it, and pour it out onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet. Spread it out as thin as possible and let it dry out at room temperature for a couple of days. You'll know it's done when it can easily lift off the parchment and it crumbles in your hands. From there, just blitz it up in a blender and store it for safekeeping. If you were to add equal parts this, water, and flour, you'd have a new overnight starter. And it makes a great gift for that person in your life that wants to try sourdough for themselves. Next up, Rye Crackers. So to this 250 grams of discard, add 150 grams of rye, 75 grams of olive oil, it seems like a lot, but it's worth it, I promise. 1 gram of salt, and 120 grams of whatever seeds you like. Here I have a mix of white and black sesame seeds, as well as toasted fennel and caraway. Mix until it's cohesive, then plop half of it on some parchment. To make your life easier, throw another piece of parchment on top. Roll it out until it's no more than 1/8 of an inch high and even all over. Trim the overhang and reintegrate it. Place this on a baking sheet and give it a quick spritz with water and a light sprinkling of flaky salt. Throw this in a 400° Fahrenheit oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until it looks like this. Now I rolled this one out a little thin, so I'll keep that in mind for this next one. But let's just check this one out. You could cut these into individual crackers first, but I like irregularly shaped ones because you never know, maybe some days you want a lot of cheese on one cracker. Store these in an airtight container for up to 4,000 years. I'm not kidding, they seriously never go bad. Next is one of my favorites, wraps, or roti or flour tortilla or whatever. Really, these are just a great go-to if you want to hold food with another food. So take whatever amount of discard you have and add a big pinch of salt, a glug of oil, and thin it out with a little bit of water. Mix this until it's blended and has the consistency of crepe batter. You could actually add milk and eggs if you wanted to do crepes. If you want to do something closer to naan, you could add ghee or melted butter and yogurt. I've also done something similar to dosas, which are fermented rice and lentil wraps, but instead of fermented rice, I was using my discard. I'm just showing you the simplest version and you can riff on it however you like. Just pour it into a nonstick pan on medium heat and let it cook. Flip it when the top side looks completely cooked and let it cook on that side for a couple minutes, and then just take it off and throw it on a plate. And then rinse and repeat. My biggest suggestion is you don't want to stack these when they're hot, otherwise they stick together and that is no fun. Now, last but certainly not least, we're making biscuits. So to 120 grams of all-purpose flour, I add 1 gram of salt, 1 gram of baking powder, and 2 grams of sugar, 80 grams of butter, So you coat the butter with the flour, and then you start to mash the butter into the flour, and you want to get a crummy kind of consistency. But you also want some chunks of butter still in there. To this, add just enough discard, a couple of spoonfuls at a time. If you've made biscuits before, I'd say rely on those instincts. Now gently pat it out. Cut it and place one half on top of the other, and then roll that out. Cut this into thirds and roll it again into the shape you want it to end. You never want to mess with biscuits too much to avoid gluten development. Now cut your biscuits and arrange it on a parchment-lined baking sheet. You could use cookie cutters for circular biscuits, but all the leftovers you mash up into that last one never work out as well, and I don't really want to waste anything, plus I'm not much of a stickler for the shape anyway. Throw these in the fridge for 30 to 60 minutes. Now paint the top with orange juice, I'm kidding, it's a beaten egg, and sprinkle with flaky salt. Then, my camera died. But what I did was I threw it into a 450 degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes until they looked like this. I rolled these guys out a little too thin, but they rose about a third, which is good, and they're light as air. Plus, they're delicious and just sour enough. Well, there you go. These are just a few of the endless things you can do with discard. Let us know in the comments what you do with it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and head on over to SOURJOE.com to see what we're all about. While you're there, sign up for our newsletter. It's got a lot of great info, updates, and special offers. You can follow us on any social media at SOURJOE Official. I hope to see you there. And in the meantime, I'm Aaron. Happy baking. At SOURJOE, we have all kinds of things to do with discard, and today I'm going to share a couple of them with you. Okay, that's it. Discard. Done. Ooh.